up? Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. This is the Benchwarmer podcast. My name is Eric. He hate me 702. And as you can see, I am by myself today. Mo has his son is running cross country, so he's doing the championships this morning. Sam has a new job, Kelderock, so Kelderock is working as of right now. And Jeremy is not on, maybe on a little later. So I hope everybody's having a great Saturday morning. Just setting some things up real quick. Sorry about that. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday morning and ready to talk some sports. Couple things that I did notice on StreamYard, which is kind of cool. They have a new transcript thing. I don't have it up, but if I wanted to, let's show the comments on stage. But if I wanted to do the transcript, I could type up a whole transcript and it would show up right here. So I could read off of it and still look at you guys. That's not us. We don't like doing scripted stuff. So that's why we shoot from the hip. A lot of times that makes us boring. Sometimes it makes it highly entertaining. So a couple things that we're going to talk about today. Still got the banners going up. First thing I would like to say is shout out to the Las Vegas Aces for winning their third title in 4 years. Very good finals. A lot of excitement. Last 2 games came down to the wire. Well, the last one didn't come down to the wire. I think it was like 8 or 9 points. But game 2 definitely came down to the wire. We were there. We saw the shot. They had a tough time in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, going 3 games and 5 games. And in the third round of the playoffs, they swept the Mercury. Mercury put on a great fight. Kalia Cooper went off. But yeah, it was a very good series. Congratulations to the Aces. We'll talk a little bit more about those later. And then today we also, I want to shout out hold on. The Cleveland Browns for beating the Cincinnati Bengals with the quarterback that showed up 2 weeks ago. So very good game on Thursday Night Football, which we'll get into that. Thursday Night Football has been surprisingly good this year. A couple things that we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about expectation versus reality for the NFL. Basically, when I say that, what I mean is, hold on, which teams are living up to the hype and who is falling flat. Sorry, I was reading a tweet. I also have, we're also going to talk about, is the Aces a dynasty now? Are they a powerhouse? And then we have the breakers, the Bron breakers. I got it written down here exactly what I have because I'm looking at the tweet that I sent out because I smoke weed. And if y'all don't know, marijuana affects the memory. So there's a lot of times that I just completely blank. So we're going to talk about the Brons turning on Seth and Seth injuries. Did not watch SmackDown last night. Then we got, we also got the Zuffa Boxing again has got California to vote on the Muhammad Ali Act, where they are basically, let me see how I can say this. So they voted that they can make changes to the act. So what the particular part of the act that they voted for was that in 2000 with the Muhammad Ali Act, they basically said that all of the profit, revenue, all of that had to be shared with the boxers so the boxers could know if they were actually getting a fair earnings or not. Basically, they had to be transparent. We earn this much at the gate. This is your percentage of it. Because back in the day, the companies used to say they earned a lot more and paid boxers a lot less. That is the one thing that California voted to amend or change. So that way Zuffa Boxing doesn't have to do that. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that as it starts getting a little more details come out. We got our NFL week 7 picks. Talk about that, see where we're sitting at for the year with all of us. And then of course we got the greatest rivalry known to man. That might be why Jeremy is not here, because we got the Raiders versus the Chiefs. We're gonna talk about the Red Kingdom today. So yeah, that's kind of what we got. I know that took a little longer time than I thought, of 5 minutes. Well, let's talk about it. So First thing we're going to get into is the Aces of Dynasty, right? So with the Aces winning their third championship in 4 years, and I think this is their, I want to say this is their, they've been to the championship 4 times in 6 or 4 times in 7. Yeah, so I want to say, I know they lost to the Mystics. I remember that one. So yeah, the Aces made their first final appearance in the COVID shortened season, losing in the semi. Doesn't make sense. They have 4 title appearances. So 2020 they lost, and then they won in 2022, 2023, and 2025. So they didn't go in 2021, and they didn't go in 2024. So they have 3 titles in 5 to 6 seasons. So very similar to my Chiefs. Very, very similar to my Chiefs. Except for the Chiefs won 1, lost 1, didn't go, and then won 2. So they had 3 in that 5-year span, very similar to Aces also had a chance to go back to back in 2024, but as we know, they lost to, I think, the Liberty in the semifinals, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they beat the Connecticut Sun, they swept the New York Liberty, and they swept the Phoenix Mercury in the first best of 7. So Asia won the finals MVP, scoring title, MVP, and she is co-defensive player of the year MVP, defensive player of the year. So she is the first player in WNBA or NBA history to take, and finals MVP, to take all of those awards in the same season. Shout out to them. There's many of players that have won scoring titles, MVP, and finals MVP, but did not win the defensive player of the year as well. So with 3 titles in 5 years, or 4 appearances in 5 years, 2020, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in 6 years, and 3 titles in 4, are they a dynasty? We would have to look at this if we compare them to other places, other franchises. Like, what do we consider a dynasty? We call the Patriots a dynasty. What did they do? They won 3 and 4, right? We call the Yankees a dynasty of the 90s, but they won a lot. The Spurs were kind of a dynasty, and they never went back to back. I think they won 5, but they had a longer dynasty. The Lakers were a dynasty for a short period of time when they won those 3 in a row, and then lost, and then went back for 4. So they won 3 in 5 years, 3 in a row, of course. A three-peat. The Bulls were a dynasty, but are we dividing those into 2 dynasties? Are we saying the first three-peat and the second three-peat? Or are we calling that a full dynasty the whole entire time? So I would have to say we need to know what a dynasty is for us. What exactly are the terms of a dynasty? What do we think they are individually? Because this is our opinion. Just because ESPN may say they're a dynasty, or WNBA, or Asia Wilson, it's everybody's opinion. I particularly was thinking that the Chiefs were part of a dynasty when they went to 2 and 3, won 2 and 3 years. I completely thought that was, but that was my opinion because you don't see that happen a lot in football. I also think it depends on what sport you're in. So like in football, you win 2 championships, and then win another one a year or 2 later, you're probably a dynasty because most teams, there's no three-peats. In baseball, I think you might have to win a little more than just 1 or 2. I mean, are we going to call the Red Sox a dynasty for the mid 2000s? So I think because of baseball, there's so many years where teams were so good for so long. I mean, even the Braves the Braves, some people might, I don't say a dynasty for the 90s Braves, but I mean, what, they went to 3 or 4 championships? Were the Bills a dynasty when they went to 4 Super Bowls? Do you have to win a championship? So let's get back to the WNBA since I sidetrack like always. So with the WNBA, WNBA dynasties, let's see what we got. I looked up this earlier, but I don't want to 100% misspeak. Okay. All right. So if we're looking at, okay, so the WNBA website has their dynasties as the Unstoppable Houston, who won the league's first 4 championships behind the big 3, Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, and Tina Thomas. They had a 98-24 regular season record and went 16-2 in the playoffs in those 4 seasons. So that's also kind of interesting because they went 16-2 in 4 seasons. Remember, the first championship for the WNBA was a 1-game playoff. So they went 16-2. They went 92-24 in the regular season, and they went 114-26 as a combined mark. Right? Cool. Interesting. Very interesting. Less teams, but at the same time, for 98-24 in 4 years. Last year the Aces played 40. This year they played 44. So that's 84 games. So I mean, in 3 years, they have basically the same amount of games as they do. But they won their first 4. Then you got, after falling to Houston in back-to-back playoffs, the Los Angeles Sparks ended the Comets' reign and went on to win back-to-back titles for Lisa 15 years after their first title. So yeah, they won back-to-back titles, the Sparks, but they also went to 4. So they lost to Houston in back-to-back playoffs. Then Los Angeles finally ended the Comets' reign and went on to win back-to-back titles. So they won 2. I don't know if that's a dynasty, but they won 2. But a dynasty would also be how long of a contender are you on? LA, so for 3-peat was sorted by Detroit Shock, who was the first American team to go on to having the worst record. Yeah. So then the Detroit Shock would go on and win 3 titles in 6 years under the leadership of head coach Bill Laimbeer. So 3 titles in 6 years, basically every other year they won a title. Is that a dynasty? It's kind of depressing that 2 of your biggest teams, the Houston Comets and the Detroit Shock, that started in the 90s and the early 2000s, are no longer around. Like, they're not, both of those teams are gone. So, and they were gone very quickly. Then we have Seattle landed back-to-back number 1 picks in the draft combo, and Sue Bird led it to its first 2 NBA titles. So Seattle has 2 titles. Okay, I don't care. Sacramento won a title. Seattle had 2 titles at one point in time. They went back-to-back. Desert Heat, okay, 4 teams that have won 3 titles in 8-year span between Phoenix's first title and their most recent in 2014. So Phoenix got 4 titles. And then let's see. The second dynasty were the Minnesota Lynx, which from 2011 to they won 4 championships and made 6 finals appearances. Then you have the Seattle Storm won their first 2 titles, and yeah, they came back and helped. Washington Mystics, yeah. So the Seattle Storm won. So they won a title in 2018, and they won a title in 2020. So they got 4. They had 2 in that, and then of course the Aces. So I think the Aces are a dynasty. That was a long way for me to get around to a dynasty, like it always is. I definitely would think the Aces are a dynasty based off of what we have. We have multiple teams that have won 4, but not in a short span of time. So we have the Comets that got 4. We have the Lynx that got 4. We have the Detroit Shock that got 3 in 6 years. And I'm not talking about anybody. I'm not talking about any of the doubles. So we got the Detroit Shock that's got 3 in 6 years. Sacramento actually won a franchise in the WNBA. That's fucking crazy. You also have the Sun that won 3 in 7 years. So I'm right now, there are Comets, Shock, Sun, Lynx are the only teams that have 3 titles in a short span of time. So I'm definitely saying that they're going to be a dynasty. I think the Aces are a dynasty completely. Next topic we're going to go to is the Brons turning on Seth Rollins. I don't know how many of you guys watch WWE on a regular basis, but let me know in the comments what you like. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you share all that good stuff that YouTubers say. So the Brons turned on Seth Rollins. Now, a lot of this is based off of Seth Rollins' injury because he was injured during, what was that damn thing? Was it Crown Jewel? And Sorry, my sister just texted me. So the government, what? I think the government shut down flights are a bit cheaper right now. Oh well. So October 13th. So we have the Brons turning on them. We know that what was it? Seth Rollins was injured at Crown Jewel in Australia. So we know that. We know that it happened after the triple threat match with CM Punk becoming the #1 contender, which is awesome. Which this is where the whole Bronze turning kind of fucks me up, right? Hopefully, I don't want to say hopefully he's injured because I don't want anybody to be injured. But because of what happened last time when he got injured and CM Punk was the #1 contender and he became the champion, and because of what Seth has said before, when he has said you will never win another championship as long as I'm around, there's a lot of people thinking that this is not it's a work injury. They don't know if it's real. There's not much trust going on in the time. I don't know if it's a work. It would be highly, highly unlikely that they turned on him and exactly what happened, make a choice with Bron. I don't think it's a work. I think this was something that they were kind of setting up to have the turn ever since the original injury back in before they went to SummerSlam. And the couple times that Seth Rollins wasn't there, you saw Braun taking over. I have an idea. So I think this was a slow burn that just got accelerated because of Seth's injury and Seth being able to have surgery and all that stuff. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that this happened because obviously I don't think Braun. I didn't like the vision 100%. I liked the idea of it, but I didn't like the way that it was turning. Braun doesn't need Seth. Maybe in the early 2000s before Next was so over. Maybe if they would have originally bring him up for Next and put him in this group, that would have made sense. Do I think that Bron does need somebody to talk, like Paul Heyman? Yes, I do think he needs somebody on the mic to kind of guide him because his mic skills are still not the greatest. Even though some of the shit he says is fucking hilarious. I'd be laughing when I hate Sammy. But I don't think long promos are or he's really great at right now. So I think they do need somebody to help him on the mic a little bit. I think Bronson Reed might be a little better, but I think Paul Heyman just is a great accessory for them, for both of them. Outside of that, there's no reason for Braun to be with Seth. There's no reason for Braun to be taking orders of Seth. If they would have originally bring him up from Next and then did that, maybe it still would have been kind of weird because he had such a great next run with the championship. By the way, just to let you know, when I said the Bronze turned on Seth Rollins, Google said, "Do you mean the Browns turn on Seth Rollins?" So maybe that would have worked. But after having the Intercontinental Championship, after having that fight with Jay, the run-in with Jay and all that stuff, there was no reason for him to have a Seth. So sooner or later they were gonna turn on him, right? Maybe it's a good way to turn Seth face. I don't know. Is he really a heel? Because even though people don't like him, they still sing his songs like crazy. So yeah, came out of the blue. I loved it. I loved it. I didn't get to watch it be live due to the fact that it was at what 5 o'clock in the morning. But I rewatched it the next day, and I absolutely loved this. Let us know in the comments if you guys want us to do a live reaction to Monday Night Raw. Now that Monday Night Raw hopefully will go back to a normal time, and it's not going to be at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, I have no problem doing that. We're originally going to do it on the Real First channel. I don't know what happened with that, but we'll go ahead and get it done here. So let us know. Me and Jeremy will get that done where we do a live Monday Night Raw review. So going forward, if Seth Rollins is actually injured, I think that what's going to end up happening with Seth Rollins is I think the Brons are going to be amazing. If I was WWE, stop using AI to write your storyline. Sorry, ChatGPT. I do love ChatGPT. But I would just have them lay waste to everybody. They're both scary as shit. They already have a very, when I be on the podcast, I cannot find words that I want to use. A lot of times I'm like in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I got the word, but I can't think of it. I can't think of it at all. And the word that comes out is completely different than what I was thinking of. So that's why a lot of times y'all see me pause when I'm talking because my brain is going so fast. It also doesn't help that I'm high and I can't think of the words that I want. But they already have a huge presence. They're already again, like I just said, they already wreck shop. They come, they wreck shop. They've already garnered a presence for people to be scared of them. So if I was them, I would just let them lay waste. And I would basically use Bron and let him talk on the mic, but I would have Paul Heyman talk a lot. I'd have Bron come in and say one-liners and say small little things, maybe 4 to 5 sentences, but then have Paul Heyman take over, have Paul Heyman introduce him, and then maybe Bron come in at the end before he gives it over to Bronson Reed, something like that, right? Just to keep him involved in the promo and not just going around looking menacing, but at the same time, not let him go on a tangent. So, and it would be, if it was me, I'd be like, hey, I didn't need Seth. He was holding us back. We're wrecking shop. I literally think they should just wreck shop. Don't add nobody right now. Just make them a tag team. Keep them there. The only way you add somebody is if Bron takes the championship. And if you add somebody, then you need to bring somebody from next that Bron can, or Paul Heyman can mentor and sooner or later turn on Bron. I know this is probably going to go towards Seth Rollins and Bron at like when he comes back, maybe Bron and Roman at WrestleMania. I don't know how that's going to work. Don't care. But right now, they just need to wreck shop. They need to come out and shut shit down. Do you see what I'm saying? Hey, fuck this. I hate Sami Zayn. Whoever I hate, just come out, spear people, tsunami them. Make them go. Should they go for the tag team championship? I think they should. I think they should be like a power trip. Come out and start trying to take all of the belts. Go for the tag team championship. Go for the Intercontinental Championship. Take the World Heavyweight Champ. I think they should just come out and take all of the belts between them two. Not a bloodline, just them fucking two. Just wreck shop. Then at some point in time, you're going to bring a hero back to fight him. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, one of those two. But right now, I just think they should go on a tear of menacing. Remember when Mick Foley was Raw GM and Braun Strowman was just tearing the fucking set apart when he sent Roman Reigns to the hospital? I think they need to do some shit like that. So it's basically, he says, basically everybody going after Seth, Roman, Cody, Braun needs solo. Are you saying they need to go solo? Welcome, Anthony. Welcome, buddy. As always, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. Hey, you still moving to Vegas? And I wasn't 100% surprised. Well, let's put it this way. I was surprised when I woke up and went to Bleacher Report and said, what the fuck? And then when I watched it, I could see where it was coming. Like, they set it up so perfectly. But yeah, I think Bron should just go down, spear everybody, and they should tsunami him. Maybe tsunami a couple people, put some people that you ain't got any creative for. Go ahead and put them on the sideline. Just make them come down. There's a match between I don't know. I can't think of anybody on the roster right now. Oh, got you. The Wyatt Six versus Solo. Yeah, I didn't watch SmackDown last night. My problem with SmackDown is I normally watch them the day after, so I don't ever watch it because it's on Friday. So I did not see that. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't like SmackDown much. Every time I watch it, I'm kind of bored with it. I have never been one of those people back in the day when you'd have Raw versus SmackDown and they were, oh, Raw versus SmackDown. I'm 100% Team Raw right now. I think SmackDown is extremely boring. It has some good moments. I don't like Tiffany Stratton. I think they should do way more with the Wyatt Six. And who just won the damn U.S. title? I don't know. I just saw who won the U.S. title, but Iliad or whatever his name is. That might be kind of interesting. And what is going on with the U.S. title for the women's division? That's on SmackDown. At least we got an Intercontinental title going crazy. But yeah, I think this is gonna be good. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it leads. Okay, so NFL expectation versus reality. Okay, so thinking about this a couple days ago. Which teams are living up to the hype? Who is falling flat? There's me and my dad were talking, and we were talking about he doesn't really follow football a lot. So when I come over and pick him up and take him to work and we hang out, he'll watch football, but he doesn't keep up with the ESPN and all that stuff. And he was asking me, he's like, well, what teams were contenders that were falling flat? And I was like, really, honestly, there weren't that many contenders. Like, you could throw out names, but as of this point in time, not sounding like a homer, the AFC ran through the Chiefs in the beginning of the thing. Yes, you had the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, the Bengals. Any four of those teams, people were thinking. People would throw in the Chargers, a couple other teams. Yeah, Bills. People would throw in the Chargers, a couple other teams. But those were your four teams. At the beginning of the season, it was who can upset the Chiefs? Who can knock the Chiefs off their mountaintop? Granted, there was teams that were going, or people going, oh, the Chiefs aren't going to be that good after losing all this stuff. But mainly it was who's coming to get the Chiefs from their mountaintop. The couple teams that you had were the Bills, the Ravens, the Bengals with the healthy Joe Burrow, and a better defense for the Bengals. So I couldn't think of many other teams. And then if you go to the NFC, well, he said, well, who was in the NFC? And I was like, oh, well, let's see. We had, realistically, there's been what, 3 NFC teams in the last 5 years that went to the playoffs, that went to Super Bowl. So you had, I mean, technically we can go back since the Chiefs started. So Chiefs beat the Niners, lost to the Bucks. The Rams showed up. The Eagles showed up. Then the Niners and the Eagles. There's been 4 teams. So realistically, you had your thought process, in my opinion, was the Eagles were the top team. Everybody thought that Eagles were going to be the top team. The Commanders were thrown in there, but we didn't know what was going to happen after Jaden Daniels hit the second-year wall. Lions, of course, were up there. And really the Niners. What was going to happen with Brock Purdy, even though the Niners weren't that good last year, we kind of didn't know what happened. So when you looked at the contenders for the beginning of the season, I could be wrong. Right now, Rams, Lions, Tampa. Yeah, I could be wrong, but in the beginning of the season, I thought my synopsis was Eagles, Lions, and what are the Niners going to do? I didn't really have any real contenders. Yeah, the Rams could have been good, but they went through a lot of transition, and we didn't know what old Matt Stafford would be, but there wasn't a lot. We had a lot more teams, in my opinion, that were question marks. Like, we thought teams would be good. So I just want to go through and look at some of the teams that I thought may have been good and what was expectation versus reality. I wish Jeremy or somebody of them were on because we would have had different views. But Bills are basically where most of us thought they would be. They're 4-2. Granted, they lost to the Patriots, so that was kind of shocking, and the Patriots are ahead in the division. So they're a little better. They're not different than what I thought they were. We knew they didn't have any weapons. We kind of knew Josh Allen would have to do everything. We were hoping for the running game to do better. So not basically where I thought they would be. The Patriots are a little different. I had no expectations for the Patriots. I thought Drake May was absolutely horrible. I did not think there was no way in fucking hell that the Patriots would be 4-2 right now. No way. No way. Now, it's early in the season. We know based off their schedule, they can still go down, but Drake May is playing way better than what I thought they were playing. So, funny thing is, they're 3-0 away and 1-2 at home. Dolphins. That is the team where I think expectation and reality are two totally different things. Dolphins, I thought, would be way better than 1-5. Granted, they lost Tyreek Hill. I did not have them as a Super Bowl contender, but I definitely thought they'd be a playoff contender. I thought right now probably be 3-3. Hey, buddy.
I forgot what time it was.
I can tell. Okay, we're going into expectation versus reality for NFL, right? So basically, teams that in the beginning of the season had higher expectations than reality, or vice versa. Do you see what I'm saying? We're only in week 7, so like right now, to me, the biggest in the AFC East, it's the Patriots and Dolphins. I did not expect the Dolphins to be this fucking shitty.
No.
Not at all.
Didn't expect them to be this shitty. I have to pull up the divisions because you know me, I don't know who's in what division.
I didn't expect by week 7 we'd be having a conversation that Mike McDaniels is about to get fired. I thought that conversation could come, but it all depended on if he made the playoffs. I did not think there was no way in hell that they would be 1-5. Nobody cares about the Jets.
Yeah, I didn't think the Dolphins were going to be this bad.
Yeah.
But wow.
And the only team they beat, isn't it the Titans?
I think so.
No, they beat the Dolphins. They beat the Jets. I mean, the Jets. They beat the Jets.
I was going to say, damn, they beat themselves. I mean,
yeah, they beat the Jets. My bad. They beat the Jets. So, did I think the Jets would be winless? This is from Anthony. Anthony said he did not think the Jets would be winless. I didn't think the Jets would be winless either, but I didn't think the Jets would be good. So, like, did I think they would be an 0-6? No. But if you would have told me going into week 7 they were 2-4, it wouldn't have surprised me.
Is this karma for Aaron Glenn's, the way he came in hot with Aaron Rodgers?
What do you mean? Because he wanted to get rid of him?
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, I didn't care. I thought it was cool the way he came in hot with Aaron Rodgers.
He comes from Dan. He comes from the Dan Campbell coaching tree. You know that motherfucker was coming in saying words. That's the problem with some of these coaching trees, though. They take on the personality of the head coach, and you're not the head coach. So, like, that's the only thing I think karma hit him. Is very similar to, like, a lot of Bill Belichick. They come in and try to run the Bill Belichick system, and they're not as good. You come in with the same gumption that Dan Campbell did, and it's not as good. No, I didn't think the Jets would be good. They had Justin Fields at quarterback. Let's be honest. All right, he says the Saints. Let's just go down to the NFC then.
Everybody knew the Saints were going to be bad.
Everybody knew the Saints were going to suck.
Stevie Wonder knew the Saints were going to be
bad. This is not surprising, right? We all knew they would suck. When
Wonder,
Derek Carr retired before the season started, Derek Carr said, "Wait, bitch, what? No, I'm good."
Stevie Wonder could see that.
Hey, Stevie Wonder might be able to see, buddy. There's plenty of rumors out there.
I know he could see.
That he could see. So fucking Ray Charles could see that shit. But let's jump into the NFC South. Buccaneers. Did you think they would be 5-1? Is that a big expectation versus reality? We thought they would win the division. We thought the Panthers would suck. Nobody knew what was going to happen with the Falcons. So the Bucs by default were the division winners. And they haven't really, they beat the Texans, the Jets, the Seahawks, and the 49ers and the Falcons. Their losses to the Eagles.
I mean,
agreed. He will win the division as long as Baker's there.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Baker is better than what people make him out to be. But look who they played. Their games are a lot closer than what they should have been.
Exactly.
Except for the last week's game.
Yeah, so that they're right where I thought they would be.
So, I mean, it's not like it's the Raiders games.
Yeah. Now, the NFC North is a surprise to me. I'm not going to lie. The whole NFC North. The fact that all the teams are above 500 right now. We knew the Lions would be good. Well, let me rephrase that. I thought the Lions would be sucked because Jared Goff got paid. So that my expectation versus reality is opposite. I thought they would be sorry. But the Lions would be good. Packers would be good. Vikings are 3-2 without their starting quarterback, playing fucking Carson Wentz. And then the Bears, I was praying and hoping that they would suck. I think you need teams that suck.
Well, I mean, technically,
that you don't feel bad for.
The Bears should be 2-3, but the Raiders happened.
Okay, so that's fair. That's fair. Um,
I mean, but really, I mean, you can look at the Bears games and say some of those wins, two of those wins, they were lucky.
yeah.
The Raiders game and the Commanders game, they were lucky. So really, they could be.
They could be 1-4.
They could be 1-4.
1-5. Yeah.
Yeah, 1-1 and whatever. They could have one win.
Yeah. Question from Anthony, just spitballing here. In 5 years, will Jackson Dart be the next Baker Mayfield? When you're asking that, are you saying that Jackson Dart is performing well now, doesn't perform well, gets traded to another team and then performs well? Or are we just saying that he's going to play very similar to the way Baker Mayfield played in the Browns, where he led them to the playoffs, was gumption and all that? Because Baker's had a weird career.
Here's the thing. I don't think Jackson Dart is going to be that good this season to save Dayball's job.
Yeah, but in this scenario, same thing happened.
He's going to end up with a new head coach in year 2.
So did Baker Mayfield. He started with Hugh Jackson. Yeah, see. Oh, fuck no. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Jackson Dart is that good. I don't. I think that the new remember what everybody was saying about Daniel Jones a couple years ago when he led them to the playoffs and fucking Giants fan. Granted, the only issue they had was they paid him over Saquon Barkley. But before they paid him over Saquon Barkley, people really liked Daniel Jones. New York media is fucking stupid, okay? They get a white guy that has some sort of swag, and they're like, oh, yeah, we like him. He can run and do all this shit. Jackson Dart may be concussed in the next fucking 3 years. I don't think Jackson Dart, I think he's going to be good this year, go backwards next year, have a halfway decent good season, and he'll probably be on another team they're not picking up his 5th-year option. I do not think they pick up his 5th-year option. I think what Baker did, I think it's very hard for a quarterback to succeed in the New York media unless you're fucking basically PR trained. Like Eli Manning was the perfect quarterback because he never got too high or too good, whatever. I think Jackson Dart will sooner or later be ruined by New York media because once he starts to play bad, they're going to fucking dump all over him. And then maybe when he gets another shot someplace else, he might do good. But we're also forgetting Baker's in fucking Tampa. Jackson's playing in New York media. That's been, and both of their teams suck. I mean, we know how bad Russell Wilson
was. The way he
was.
wears his eye black irritates me.
I don't like the fact that he wears a fucking chain in the game. It just doesn't look right to me on him. I don't know why.
You got to get upset at every other white guy that wears a chain then.
Why does... I just don't like him. I don't like his chain. I don't like his eye black. I don't like his faded fucking mullet. I don't like none of his shit. I know everybody wears a chain. I just watched how, what was it? Aqib Talib tore off Michael Crabtree's chain.
What do you mean you just watched it? I watched it in real time.
I did too, but I'm sorry. I remember when it happened, but I literally just watched a video about the whole fucking, like, reliving that event. Like their whole, it was like a 5 or 6 minute video about Talib versus Crabtree. Yeah, I just don't like Jackson Dart. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. He reminds me of he reminds me of I forgot who was that? Was it Will Levis that was there?
Will Levis has always been in Tennessee.
No, well, I mean, the white quarterback that got drafted. I
I mean,
can't think of.
there's been a lot of those.
I know there has, but I'm thinking of the one that had like the cute girlfriend or whatever.
I mean, that's a lot to narrow down.
Yeah, it was Will Levis. It was Will Levis is now single. He had that hot ass fucking girlfriend during the fucking draft. Yeah, he reminds me. I don't know what it is, but him and Jackson Dart remind me very similar of each other. Swag, all that. I don't know what it is.
Does Jackson put mayonnaise in his coffee?
Probably. Fucking Ole Miss.
I don't think Jackson Dart is that white.
He is that white.
I don't think he's mayonnaise and coffee white.
He's that white. He is that white. I'm telling you. His parents are Kara and Brandon. They were both college athletes. Brandon played for Utah. They both played for fucking Utah.
So they're Mormons.
They have a background in sports and supported their son while also running businesses and raising family in Utah. He's that white. He's that fucking white. What part of Utah is he from? Watch him be from like Provo.
So which means it probably didn't drink caffeine growing up. So he's not mayonnaise and coffee white.
Oh, they drink caffeine and yeah, I know that's weird, but the Mormons have loved Dutch Bros like no tomorrow. Yeah, where was he born at?
Obviously,
he was born in Kaysville, Utah.
I was going to say, obviously, Utah.
It has a population of 32,000 people. The cities around Kaysville are Farmington. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's that white. Farmington, Kaysville, Layton. It's about an hour and a half away from Salt Lake, Ogden. Yeah, he's that white. Okay, so Ravens. Expectation versus reality. What are your thoughts on them? Because they were expected to be world beaters, weren't they?
I mean, they're expected to be good every year.
Yeah. Not only and we can't just use Lamar Jackson as the reason why, because they weren't good with Lamar Jackson. They lost to the Bills, they beat the Browns, they lost to the Ravens. And they were losing to the Chiefs before he went down. So they were 1-3 before he got injured. You see what I'm saying? Granted, they were putting up points. Their defense sucked. 38 points to the Lions, 41 points to the Bills, 37 points to the Chiefs. So, yeah, that is their expectation was, oh, we're going to be number 1 seed. We're going to do all this shit again. And reality hit them in the fucking mouth. Do you think they make the playoffs?
No. Let me see. Hold on a second.
Look at the standings.
Well, they've got 3 wins.
The Ravens got 1.
Starting next week, they've got 3 wins back
Yeah,
to back.
that's what I'm saying.
4 or 5. Well, 5. They got 5 wins back to back.
Oh, you're saying the Bears?
They got the Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets.
I say the Bears and the Vikings beat them. I say the Dolphins, Browns, and Jets they beat.
They got the Bears off a bye.
I don't care. Is Lamar playing?
I don't know.
If Lamar's not playing, they're not winning. That's Cooper Rush and fucking whoever the fuck is the backup. Dude, they scored 10 points against the Texans. Like, they're not playing. They can make the playoffs because of how close their division is. With the Steelers being 4-2 and 3-4, and we know, do we trust Aaron Rodgers? No.
They have Tyler Huntley.
So it depends on when Lamar Jackson comes back. That's my biggest thought. When does Lamar come back? And then the Colts. The Colts are the biggest surprise to me. Their reality was what? Middle of the pack, maybe 8-9, 9-8, right? That was the reality, right? And they're 5-1.
Yeah.
Glasses. That completely tripped me out.
They're expecting Lamar Jackson to be back week 8.
So next week. So I still say they lose this week. And then they can go on a
They're
road.
on a bye this week. They're on a bye
Oh,
week.
shit.
That's why I said they got the Bears on coming out of the bye.
Oh, so he's coming back next week. Okay, so then, yeah, you might be right. You might be right. You're probably right there.
But fucking... So realistically, 5... They could go 8-3
for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So if they go 8-3 and they're 1-5, they'll finish 9-8.
9-8.
Yep. Do you think that's good enough to beat the to make the playoffs? What's that division going to go as? Because I mean, the Steelers are doing good, but do we trust Aaron Rodgers to continue that? There's no way Joe Flacco and the Bengals keep that up, and the Browns are fucking screwed. But isn't Joe Burrow coming back in week 8?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Hey, I'm tied for first place. I think when he originally got hurt, it was supposed to be I think they said 4 to 6 weeks.
He's expected to miss a minimum of 3 months.
Oh shit, the earliest possibility is week 16. Never mind. They're done. They're cooked. They're cooked. They're cooked.
Some point in December.
They're cooked. So yeah, there wasn't that many teams because it's still week 7. So we don't know what teams are what. But the Colts, the Ravens were the 2 teams that surprised me the most. All right, week 7 picks. So we haven't shown this for a while. Just notice that. I don't know when the last time we showed this was. My homie, I need you to chill the fuck out, homie. All right. So as of right now, in our standings, me and Sam are 58 and 36. Jeremy and Mo are 57 and 37. So 1 game separates us. You can see each week how we did. So week 5 was our worst week as a whole. So I went 6 and 8. Jeremy went 6 and 8. Mo went 6 and 8, and Sam went 5 and 9. And then after that, that's the only week. Well, that's the only week that we actually did bad. Everybody was above 500 week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. And then 1 person was below 500 on week 6. So pretty good. Here's our picks for week 7. So Steelers versus Bengals. Me and Jeremy are both starting. Well, all of us are starting out. We all picked the Steelers. So we're all starting out 0-1 because the Bengals won. So we got the Rams, Jags, Saints, Bears, Browns. Nobody picked the Saints. Nobody picked. I picked the Jags. Nobody. One person picked the Browns. That's a sucky ass one. Patriots, Titans. Everybody picked the Patriots. Jeremy.
I told you.
Jeremy.
We've already had this discussion.
Don't do that.
I told you.
Don't do that.
You just got to shut up and accept it.
Don't do that. Vikings versus Eagles. We all picked the Eagles. Carson Wentz playing again back in his team. Jets versus the Panthers. Yeah, I'm switching that.
I mean, you can always switch your pick.
Shut the fuck up. Giants versus the Broncos. Colts versus the Chargers. Commanders versus the Cowboys. I'm the only one that went with the Commanders. Packers versus the Cardinals. Falcons, Niners. Bucks, Lions. Texans, Seahawks. There we go. Bills and Ravens are on a bye this week.
Wait.
Right. Huh?
You're not the only one that picked the Commanders.
Oh, yeah, Sam picked him. That's right. Sam picked him. Okay. All right. So we got that done. Welcome to the Red. So we got rivalry week. We got the greatest rivalry in the history of the NFL. Fuck the Bears, Packers. Fuck the Cowboys, Giants. Fuck all those other rivalries. The greatest rivalry in the history of the NFL is the Raiders Chiefs. And the reason why I can say that is because not only are we both part of that rivalry, but that rivalry is vicious, violent, and has spilled over into other sports. So we know the A's and the Chiefs and the Royals hate each other because of the Raiders and the Chiefs. So that's why this is the greatest rivalry. As of right now, I'm nervous as shit. Jeremy doesn't give a fuck. Jeremy's probably not nervous.
About what? The Raiders been playing like shit for fucking 6 weeks. Or I should say the last 25 years. So I don't know what to tell you. Trying some fucking reverse psychology here.
So it's not a one-sided rivalry. I know because we lead the series 75-25 to 55. 75 wins to Raiders 55 with 2 times. We've met in the playoffs 3 times with us holding a 2-1 record. So yes, in the last couple years.
It's only real lopsided recently.
Yeah, so in the 2020s, it's 8-2. But outside of that, it's not extremely lopsided. So I mean, yeah, the 2010, it's 13-7, but you have to. The Chiefs have won, hold the record for the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, the 2020s. The Raiders won in the 70s and 80s. They've won for that decade. But when you go and look at these games, so 1990, 9-7, 27-24. Like that's the score to the game, 24-21. 27-21. So when you look at them, 41-38, the Raiders won 37-34. The games are not blowouts. There are a couple of them, but they're not normally blowouts. Yeah, in the 20s, we got the 40-32. Even 2020, 40-32. Raiders won. Chiefs won 35-31. Yeah, in 2021, it was not nice. 2022, the Chiefs won 30-29. 2023, 20-14, 31-17. Last year, 19-17 Chiefs, 27-20 Chiefs. So it's not, it's not huge blowouts. There's a couple blowouts, but even in the 2020s, the 48-9 is a blowout. The 41-14 is a blowout. The 31-13 you could say is a blowout. And maybe the 31-17 is a blowout. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blowouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 close games. So, I mean, even though we're 8-2, out of those 8 wins, 6 of them were close games, or 7 of those 8 wins, 5 of them were close games. So that's why to me, it's one of the greatest rivalries because of the fact that our games are so close. Yes, there's been times that we've blown them out or vice versa. And it doesn't matter who's winning. It doesn't matter how good a team is. We could still lose. Like, Jeremy knows, I know, no matter what our record is, who do we have to beat?
The refs.
Shut the fuck up. We want to beat the Chiefs and the Raiders.
We got to beat the refs first.
Yeah. And remember that 20-14 win when the Raiders beat us.
First, we have to beat the refs. Then we have to focus on the Chiefs.
Okay. So all I'm saying is
we have to go into the game making sure that Mark Davis can cut a bigger check.
That's not possible.
Family. And then we gotta focus on the Chiefs.
Yeah, we got Rice back today too. So Rice is coming back. We don't know how many snaps he's gonna play.
But Rice is gonna drive a car on the field, and then when he wrecks it, he's gonna run away.
Yeah.
And then when he causes the accident, it's gonna be a flag on the Raiders defense.
I agree with you.
For causing the accident.
Keep that shit coming. So Raiders versus Chiefs. We know it's gonna be a great game. They're playing in KC. We know it's gonna be a great game. We know it's gonna be. I wouldn't say we know it's gonna be hard. And right now, we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Neither one of our teams have been playing really well. We're one game apart. We've had some stupid turnovers, had some close losses. So I'm scared. If it's a 1-game win, we might not win. I've seen some other Chiefs people talking about we're gonna curb stomp the Raiders. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, I have no clue what the fuck they're talking about. In the last 6 games, we have not curb stopped them once. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So I think it's going to be an amazing game. I'm ready for it. It's at 10 o'clock. You want to meet up to watch it? What do you want to do?
Sure.
Okay. Let me know where you want to go. We'll probably just go to that PT's by my house if you don't have a spot. I'm not trying to go to a Raiders bar. I'm trying to go neutral. We're not trying to get in a fight.
Anthony over there talking about you playing against Geno Smith. Last year you were playing against fucking
motherfucker. We lost playing against OC on fucking Christmas with him. I don't think he threw a touchdown pass. Look, he threw like 4 passes or completed like 4 passes in the second half.
Hold on.
What was that game? Yeah. That was on Christmas Day. I remember that game. I got it right here. So Aiden O'Connell completed 9 passes for 62 yards in that game. Zamir White, who? Yeah. Who the fuck? Who? Ran for 145 yards.
Talking about playing Geno Smith. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
And 23 and 24, they were playing who?
Exactly. Who?
So
he won with not. I don't think he completed a pass in the second half.
You're talking about the first 5 games AC played, but these fucking games were fucking Christmas Day in 2023 that we're talking about, and fucking November 29th of 2024.
Geno Smith is a better quarterback than AC. Let's just stop.
But Anthony, you're talking about the first 5 games he played. That wasn't December 25th of 2023 or fucking November 29th, 2024.
No, it doesn't matter. I don't care that AC may have looked better the first 5 games. He completed 9 passes.
9 passes for less than 100 yards during that fucking Christmas Day game.
Like, seriously. Like, there was not a receiver with over 50 yards. 61 of his yards went to Jacoby Myers.
Like, literally, when Aiden O'Connell plays, it's literally the definition of any given Sunday.
So, yeah, no. There's been multiple. Look, the Raiders, this is what I know about this rivalry, okay? No matter what team is bad or good, the only thing they care about when it comes to is beating that team. So the Raiders could be 1-15, 1-16, and if we play them on week 17, and we need this game to get the number 1 seed, I'm fucking scared as shit. They could be starting Jeremy, and I'm scared as shit. Because all I know is I have seen in multiple instances of players winning games when their quarterback sucks.
Yes, because the 2 games the Raiders take absolutely serious every year.
Chiefs.
It's the Chiefs game.
Exactly.
It don't matter. The Raiders could be fucking and what the fuck ever, and the 2 games that they take serious, whether they win or lose, is going to be the Chiefs games.
You know what I noticed as I'm getting older? Me and you were talking about this. I'm only saying this because I just somehow, when I went like this, there is this much fucking room between my fucking computer, my keyboard stand, and the fucking desk. And somehow I hit it. Not only did I hit it straight down like this, right? Like, Bob, I was trying to miss that shit, and my finger is fucking throbbing right now. Okay? My finger is fucking throbbing and it's numb. And me and Jeremy went and played basketball together on Saturday, right? And I just want to.
Broke my foot.
Huh?
I think I broke my foot.
I just want to talk about me and Jeremy play. We are both old, okay? We were the oldest 2 in the gym, okay? And when you have 2 old people in the gym playing basketball together, y'all kind of realize that even though y'all in the same atmosphere, no matter what your shape is in, both of your hand and eye coordination is gone. It is fucking gone, okay? It is gone. We were playing, and this just so happened that the one day I'm playing with an old person, I can't catch shit. I can't catch shit. And I even came over and said, I think it's because I have my glasses on. Jeremy said, bitch, your hand, as you get older, your hand. I took my glasses off. It wasn't because I had my glasses on. Okay?
I couldn't keep my balance for shit.
So when we look at it, our hand and I, as I get older, I be thinking, and it just comes out of nowhere. Like, there is shit that happens. My peripheral vision and my hand and eye coordination is not the same. And I think the biggest issue for me is because I'm always moving around and I move so fast, I need to slow it down a little bit. But there are times that, like, I see the wall, right? And I think I'm outside of the wall, but I still run into the wall. There are times that, like yesterday, I was outside, lighting a cigarette, looking on my phone, walking to the seat that I sit in every single day when I take my dogs outside. But it was dark. And I ran into the fucking table. Like, buddy, Jeremy, not a little table, a big ass fucking table. I ran into that bitch. So as you get older, for all of you young people, I wish Sam was on it. And then Sam comes in the fucking group chat and goes, why didn't y'all tell me 30 was so rough? Bitch, because we don't remember what 30 was like. Okay? Because when you hit 40, you forget about 30.
I'm trying to make it past 40.
Fuck you. Our immediate, I don't, it's not even glasses. It's just I don't pay attention. So report, funny thing is, my issue with my glasses is not as bad that I can't see. It's just that, yeah, I can't see no more. Let me stop lying. So no, I just don't pay attention. So it's like I don't correct for those. I come in and I look at things and I'm like, oh, this is here. But my body's like, I'm far enough out of the way, but it's not. Also because I be running and doing shit. And as you get older, when you're older, if you're used to running around and like walking at a fast pace, you can move out of the way of shit. You got faster reflexes.
And what I realized is I know I'm not good at basketball. I know I'm not good. But going out and playing, well, let me tell you. The one thing I'm not good at, just put an underline under the fact that I'm not good at it. And Eric will tell you, I'm not the one to embarrass myself too much.
No.
I'll embarrass myself a little bit. But once I get to a point, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
I'm done.
After the second game, Jeremy set up to the sideline and we were playing the third game. And I was like, hey, it's your turn to pick. He's like, I'm just watching. I fell twice. It made me even feel bad because, like, and not feel bad for him, but it made me feel bad as a 40-year-old man because, like, what he was feeling, I understood. I 100% understood. Like, when he came out, when I said, hey, it's you got next. Do you want to pick? He goes, yeah, I've embarrassed myself a couple too many times. I'm just going to watch. You know, I got a limit on how many times I fall. And I was like, I feel you. Because every time I get out here, I feel fucking embarrassed. But Joey, I feel you. Like, I immediately felt everything he said. Like, I'll be shooting, miss. And you know, when you older, you be doing shit to make yourself feel better when you suck. Like, I'm not very good at basketball anymore. I haven't played for years. I used to play all the time. So everything that I used to suck at, like, was okay. It's the same thing. I wasn't a great shooter, but I always had speed and that quick first step. And I could have that jump, that athletic ability. I ain't played basketball on a regular basis since I was 30. So, like, it's one of those things where I always, bam, I can get by you. Da-da-da. I had the quickness. I can get by you, get to the lane, get a layup. I can't do that no more. So all of my other skills suck. So, like, now I be trying to act like I'm good at shit. Because in my mind, I be drawing up plays before I see this guy. I'm going to go around the back. Go to the left. Dribble with my left hand, cross back over to the right, and then there's going to be somebody open or I'm going to lay it up. But my body doesn't react to that way. I go behind my back and my hand can't find the ball. It's like, where the fuck is the ball at? Where the fuck is the ball? And then I dribble with my left and I go to cross over and it's a turnover. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I got motherfucking young-ass dudes going, this motherfucker. And so I try to do shit to make myself feel better. Like, I'll be a wide open shot. Fuck. Damn it. Just missed it a little bit. Bitch, nah, you can't shoot.
Oh, well.
That was myself getting too hyped and throwing myself out of the damn thing. I hate this little fucking button right here on the damn. I touch this little motherfucker so much. Oh. So yeah, that's how it goes. So I don't know if we're playing basketball tonight. He hasn't hit me up. Hopefully we are. But I don't know. Fucking crazy. Your thoughts real quick on Bron Breakker and the Seth. I talked about that earlier, but your thoughts on that?
They sped up this storyline by like a year, I think. I don't know why they're trying to push him so much. He's boring. He sucks. I don't know what the point of him being pushed like this is. I don't know if it's just because his father is a fucking legend or whatever, but he's got the spear and that's about it.
Who? Bron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's boring. And he needs somebody else to make him watchable.
Yeah. Well, okay, so hold on. So you're saying that you think Bron Breakker, yes. But did you think Bron Breakker was boring in Next?
I didn't watch him in Next.
Did you think he was boring with his Intercontinental Championship run?
Yes.
Okay.
And then they created division and it made it worse.
Okay, I understand that. What's the point of pushing Paul Heyman? He be switching sides on it. No shit, we know that. He turns but that's what he is. The point of pushing Paul Heyman is the motherfucker's a genius. And he understands with verbiage how to get people to do what the fuck they want. Like, he literally talks so much shit with Bronson Reed putting Roman Reigns in a fucking ambulance that Braun Strowman, who hasn't been in the company, shouldn't even be watching WWE, decided to chime in on fake shit. Like, that's why Paul Heyman is so good, because he can invoke emotions with words. Like, when's the last time we saw Braun Strowman? And this motherfucker chimes in on Twitter with a post of him beating up Roman Reigns when Mick Foley was the GM. Like, what is this, 2018? Before the Bloodline.
And Braun Strowman was released.
That's what I'm saying. That's how good Paul Heyman is on the fucking mic, that he has this motherfucker that's not even in the company tweeting at his ass. That's the problem. Paul Heyman did a great job for Brock. He's very, very good on the mic. I think the problem with what they have with Paul Heyman now, and the last couple people that they had him on, was with Brock, Paul Heyman was the mouthpiece. Brock said very few words. Every other thing that he's had, Paul Heyman has just been the guy that introduces them. And now Seth Rollins comes in and talks his thing. So I think this might be good if they just let Paul Heyman talk for Bron and tell Bron to shut the fuck up. I think if they do a Brock Paul Heyman thing, that would be amazing. Where you have very little words from Paul Heyman, from Brock or Bron. Yeah, I think that's more of what they need to do. Him with the vision didn't make sense because Seth doesn't need him. But whenever he was talking about Bron and the Bronson Reed, your tribal thief, all that works. Anything else you want to get into?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I won't be on November 14th through December 1st. Although I could possibly be on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You won't be on when?
What day is that? Hold on. Let me see. I could possibly be on November 29th.
Okay.
But November 14th through December 1st, well, technically November 14th through November 26th, I'm out of the country.
Yep, because you're going to
the Philippines.
Why the fuck was I about to say Thailand?
I don't know. They don't all look alike.
Dude, in my head, I was like, yeah, you're going to the Philippines. Or is it Thailand? Did he choose Thailand this time? I think I just would love to go to Thailand.
I was going to get to Greece.
Huh?
I was going to go to Greece.
Oh, got you. That would be cool. Me and Liz are still looking at going to Japan next year.
I still have 6 weeks of vacation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so he won't be. You said you're not going to be on. You might be on the 1st, right?
It's the 29th. I'll be in Hawaii. The 27th through the 30th.
Of this month?
Of November.
So when do you go to the Philippines?
November 14th. I'll be in the Philippines November 14th to the 26th.
Okay, so you'll be on the 1st and the 8th of November.
Yeah.
And then you'll be out of town the 15th, 22nd, and 29th.
Yeah, so the 15th and 22nd, I'll be in the Philippines. The 29th, I'll be in Hawaii.
Gotcha. Okay. And then that's okay because the 8th we wouldn't do it anyway because I'll be in New York unless you want to do it. So the 8th, so we'll do it the 1st?
Did you see what happened when you went off?
Yeah, the 8th we won't do it because I'll be in New York. I mean, we might be able to do it because I'll be chilling in a hotel. So we might be able to do it. I just might need you to set it up. I could probably do it from my phone. But we'll see. But as of right now, we know the 8th isn't up in the air. All right. I'll be in Japan in April. Tag along. Oh, shit. What part of Japan? Come here, mamas. We want to go. What part of Japan do we want to go to? Tokyo? We want to go see the Naruto stuff, all that good shit. And the fake Disneyland. Tokyo, Osaka. That's probably, yeah, I don't want to go to Hiroshima. I'm good.
Why?
I just don't want to go there.
Why?
Because I don't want to go to Hiroshima.
Then answer the question.
It's not, I don't want to go to a place where there's huge millions of people died because of fucking bomb, a nuclear bomb or radiation. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go. Oh, I'm good. It's like going to Chernobyl for me. Don't want to go to either one of those places. Couple 100,000. Okay. Millions were affected. Yeah, even though I'm huge into history, I just don't, there's certain places I don't want to go. I don't want to go to Auschwitz. I don't want to go see any of those things. I don't know emotionally how the fuck I'd be able to handle that. So like there's certain places like, yeah, as a history person, it would be kind of cool. Hey, if we said, hey, knock your shit. Well, yeah, but I mean, that's like saying I live in fucking Kentucky where people die of moonshine. So, I mean, yeah, of course, people die all over the place. I have no problem with people dying. I just don't want to go see where a lot of people died or were affected during war and touring things. I just don't, yeah. See, they're not must visits to me. I don't know.
Auschwitz is a must visit.
I don't see, I love everything about it. About the history of it. I love that they kept it open. I just don't know how I would do. Just like, for instance, I don't want to go by any plantations. So like when we go to the South and I don't want to go to any places that were plantations. I don't want to go to fucking Madame Leroux's house in New Orleans. I don't want to go to any of those places. Like there was multiple, I didn't want to go to Emmett Till. There was multiple places that just emotionally, I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle it. And I don't want my emotions being affected by stuff, and I know it's going to be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you walk through that gas chamber, like I don't want to be in there and be able to hear voices or see. No, fuck that. I'm good. I'm good. I went to the cemetery, the Arlington Cemetery, and that was good enough for me. I don't know. I don't like being around places where there's tons of death. No, I'm good.
So you did go to a plantation then?
When
you went to Arlington?
The Arlington Cemetery? Well, no shit. I know that. But like, I'm not.
saying.
You're right. Okay, so you're right. You're 100% right on that fact. There are multiple times that I've been on plantations. I know that. But I don't want to go to places where you can visit an old plantation.
I have to agree with Anthony.
Shut the fuck up. Or old, I hate both of y'all right now. Or old, I just don't want to go to those places. I don't think I would do good. I am very, when it comes to spirituality, I don't want to say like I'm a very spiritual person, but yeah, I'm good. I don't want to go there and happen to fucking hear a voice or some shit. No, I'm good. I'm fucking good. I don't need to go in places where people experience mass death and mad injustice. I don't want to go to Native American burial grounds, none of that places. I would go to Poland. I would also go to Switzerland. There's a lot of countries I would go to, which is kind of weird because I do want to go see the Colosseum.
I mean, a lot of people died there.
Yeah, but I like to think that gladiators are true.
That goes against your views.
Yeah, but you know what?
I don't want to see any pictures of you over there.
No, I don't hear voices in Vegas. What voices would I hear? Don't get me wrong. I know that Lake Mead Mama, come here.
I was going to say, haven't you gone to Lake Mead? There's a lot of
I know
people
Lake
at the
Mead.
bottom
I
of
know
that.
all of this
There's
stuff.
a lot of
Trust
people
me.
at the bottom of that place.
Come here.
There's
Don't
still a
get
lot
me
of
wrong.
people
I
in
know all
barrels
this
in there.
But yeah, I just know. I just don't know how I would do that. Come here.
I think back in the day, Eric worked
Thank
with the
you.
mob and helped put some people at the bottom of that lake. That's why he don't mind going there.
My girl went to one casino at Fremont. Yeah, so that casino, your girl's lying. So the only casino that you could even think that would be El Cortez, but every other casino there is basically new. So like, yeah, you have your free.
Is offering people money to come investigate.
Who?
El Cortez.
Yeah, the El Cortez is the only one. So
they're offering like, I forget how much. It was like fucking. Was it 5,000 or 50,000 for somebody to come investigate for a full night?
Because the El Cortez has been ran by the same people that ran it since Buzzy Siegel. So every other casino has been completely it's not related to the mob at all besides the El Cortez. That is the only one that's still, granted, do I think the mob is still around? Yes. But now corporations run them. So like the Fitzgerald was bought by Derek, who runs that in Golden Gate. So I mean, it's not the same as what it was. Don't get me wrong. If you go to like, even back in the day when they had those crack houses down there, those are all fucking cleaned up now. So it depends on when she went down there. If she went to El Cortez, yeah, you could definitely hear some people. The Pyramid Casino is the Luxor. And the thing that people are saying is haunted about that is because people used to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Everybody says Vegas was better off under mob control. There's multiple old people that say it was way better off under mob control, which again, it's still under mob control. Don't get it twisted. They are just in corporations now. So the mob literally ran a society like a fucking corporation. Vegas is the only place where you can't break a law but still be banned from a fucking casino for using math. Like, no, that blacklist and all that shit, the facial, no. Them motherfuckers are still there. They just wear suits and they sitting up there.
Yeah, I agree.
I've seen some of them motherfuckers. If you meet
Derek, like Dr. Pepper is still around.
Yeah, if you meet Derek, the owner from the D. Yeah, Derek Stevens. Hold on. Let's share this. This motherfucker. He's the owner. This motherfucker literally looks and acts like he's in the fucking mob. I've met him. I used to work down at Fremont. And when he bought the Fitzgerald, he came outside and said hi to everybody. They used to tell him when he'd be out there, head of security would say, stop coming out and giving everybody fucking free drink tickets. Because he would sit outside the D and literally just say hi to everybody. He was such a nice dude. That dude is in the fucking mob. So, like, yeah, they're still in the mob. Vegas doesn't like anybody that no, Vegas likes you as long as you understand when to win and when not to and when to lose. So like I had a buddy of mine that Vegas, he understood card counting and all that. And he would go in and win money and he'd lose money. But he understood the balance. He'd always go out ahead, but he wouldn't go out so far ahead that he was on radar. So the problem that you have is when people want to come in and just rip the casino off. They hate those, like the Mickeys and the Dana Whites. My girl always stayed at the hotel in front of the mob museum, but since your girl stayed in the when did your girl go? Because there was no hotel in front of the mob museum until the Grand showed up. So how long ago are we talking? because outside the Mob Museum is one street away from Fremont. So it's, I want to say it's Stewart. Yeah, it's on Stewart. And then you have Ogden, and then you have Fremont, the Fremont Street Experience. So as of right now, the only place they have the Downtown Grand Hotel, which is right across the street from there. And then they would have the California Hotel, which is up a little bit. Maybe, and then Main Street is at the top of it, so the parking lot. Or she could have stayed at the Gold Spike, which Gold Spike different. So it depends on which hotel. The Grand, yeah. So yeah, she didn't hear voices. Stop. The Grand is a brand new damn hotel. Yeah. The Grand was built, I want to say in, you know what? Let me stop lying. She might have heard voices. The Grand Hotel was not built over like another hotel. It used to be Hogs and Heifers. They used to have a parking lot there. They had a stretch of small little bars that were over there, and then they built the Grand Hotel. That when I worked on Fremont Street, the parking garage I used to park in went down for the Grand Hotel. So yeah, she might have. Now, don't get me wrong. If she stayed across from the Mom Museum, yeah, she could have heard it. But like the Grand Hotel is a gorgeous hotel. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It is fucking nice. Let me show you. Grand Hotel, Las Vegas. It is fucking beautiful as shit. It is a beautiful ass hotel. So I said they stopped having smoking rooms. So what one did she hear voices in?
A different one.
And when did the wait? Hold on. The Grand had smoking rooms 4 years ago. Jeremy, when the fuck did hotels stop allowing smoking in rooms?
Well, I mean, Park MGM is the one that started it.
No, they stopped allowing smoking in rooms when I was in high school. In junior
Not all of them.
Yeah, because they used to allow smoking when they stopped allowing smoking in restaurants in the early 2000s.
But not all of them stopped smoking in rooms.
That's true. Because I know in Laughlin they still have some.
Yeah.
I just that was crazy because I hadn't heard of one in a while.
Yeah.
He said, "Are you sure those were voices and not throws from passion from the twin walls, or crackheads, Fremont Hotel, that makes sense.
Definitely could have been crackheads.
Fremont Hotel makes sense because Fremont Hotel has a large history. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because Fremont Hotels goes back to 1956. Yeah, that makes sense. She might have heard some. You might be right. She might have heard some shit there. All right.
Or it depends. I mean, she may have heard voices, but it came from outside the hotel.
Yeah, I was about to say. You know, another thing you have to understand, and I found this out on my wedding night when we stayed at the Golden Nugget. When you stay on Fremont, you can hear everything. Outside. Yeah, everything that's going on outside. So there's definitely a way she could have heard somebody getting stabbed down on Fremont. But definitely crackheads. Are you still moving to Vegas, Anthony? I love the throws of passion. Boy, you hear some shit in those hotel rooms in Vegas. All right, Jeremy, anything else you want to jump in and talk about?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, if that's not it, let me see. What time? All right, Monday Night Raw starts at 5 p.m. on Monday.
Correct.
You're trying to need a fresh start? That's when you're moving here?
No, you asked him if he was still moving here. That was
gotcha.
The question.
See, that I told you that's why I be asking, because I don't be knowing what I be saying sometimes. I need to go get my whole brain checked out. Okay, he's curious of all the places. Wait, hold the fuck on. I don't like the tone that came with that when I'm reading that. Of all the places, why Vegas? Why not Vegas?
I mean, he was smart to move out of New York.
Exactly. Don't get me wrong. Vegas is going up in prices. No state tax. So you just have, or I'm sorry, no, you just have your regular tax. So you're not getting taxed twice.
And I mean, you can drive here.
You could drive everywhere. You're within 4 to 5 hours from whatever the fuck you want.
And it's over 24 hours.
If you want to go see a beach, you're 4 to 5 hours away. If you want to go see snow, you're 4 to 5 hours away.
Yeah, but there's so many places, but there's so many places that aren't.
Got you. That makes sense. Okay.
So the weird thing is Vegas is out west, but it's central to everything.
Exactly. I think a lot of people, I'm not saying you, but I think a lot of people, when they think of Vegas, they think of this. It's a party 24/7. They think a lot of people just think of the Strip, and they think of all the gambling and stuff like that.
See, when people think Vegas, they think of the Strip, and that's it.
When you live in Vegas,
life outside the Strip,
it is fucking like the heat sucks. But like he said, it's central to everything. So the Grand Canyon is 3 to 4 hours away. Going to Sedona
is 4.5 hours.
Exactly.
Arizona is 4.5 hours.
Exactly. Utah, depending on what part you want to go to Utah, 3 to 4 hours. So you could tons of hiking, tons of camping. And then if you say, hey, I want to go visit ski resorts and stuff like that, it's a hour plane flight.
You got 30 minutes to Bryan, or 3 hours to Bryan Head. Like it's or you've got an hour and a half flight and then like a 45-minute drive to Lake Tahoe.
Exactly. So you could drive 6-7 hours to Lake Tahoe. So like, yeah, Vegas, I'm telling you, if I was
out west, but it's central to everything.
Yeah, if I was, what I recommend. Yeah, true. What I recommend, I've actually driven by Oregon. I've driven to Oregon from Vegas. It's about 14, 15 hours. We went to around Bend. So we went to Crater Lake. But what I would recommend doing, if anybody wants to narrow down places, right, to live, and this is what I recommend everybody with Vegas, go visit the place you want to live and get away from the tourist area. Like, don't stay in the tourist area. Rent an Airbnb or a hotel off the tourist area and just see what the rest of the town is like. Because like when I used to travel for work and I would go places and they'd be like, I can't go to Vegas because this and this and this. And then I would literally show them what I had around me in Vegas. They were like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah. And then I can go wherever I want, 3 to 4 hours. Like I can go 6 beaches. San Diego, Los Angeles. Now we're becoming a sports town, but we're surrounded by sports towns. So you want to go see a game? You got the Raiders. You got the Rams. You got the Clippers, the Lakers. You got the Suns.
You got the Aces.
Aces. But I'm talking about outside.
The shitty ass Athletics.
Salt Lake City. Denver literally is only like 12 hours away. It's like a 2-hour flight. So it is. And because you live in Vegas, a lot of places stop through Vegas. Just to let you know, I learned this flying for work. So it is a lot easier. Like to go from Boise to Reno, they had to stop in Vegas. So it's not like, oh, we're going to go to Boise. Or I want to go to Denver and I need to stop by California. No, you will literally find a straight through flight to Denver. Yeah, yes, 100%.
Well, depending on where you live.
100%. What he said. So if you go to a private
school. If you live in my area, absolutely 100%. The school across from my fucking house is terrible.
If you go, yeah, he's 100%.
If you live up where we fucking play basketball, you've got one of the better schools in the fucking state.
So
if you live up fucking where fucking Snoop Dogg fucking paid all that money to help fucking build the facilities in fucking Bishop Gorman.
So the cool thing about Vegas is the public school system is 100% where you live. And it does not matter. Like, it's not like, oh, I live in Green Valley, so it's good. No, bitch. It's like you live in the richer side of Green Valley, it's really good. You live in the more poorer side of Green Valley, the schools are shit. Like the school my daughter went to, where we live at, I don't live in a great, it's not a richer, but we're within a mile or 2 miles. We have $1 million houses next to us. So all of those schools around here are fucking amazing. The schools down to where I used to live on Las Vegas Boulevard in Pecos, them motherfuckers sucked. They absolutely suck. So, but the private schools, that is what is people don't speak about. We have tons of private schools all over the city. And some of them are expensive and some of them go to scholarships. My brother-in-law got a scholarship. He went to Centennial his freshman year, then spent his sophomore, junior, and senior year at a private school for a scholarship. And he wasn't even good at sports.
The schools is all about where you live.
Yep.
You have to research the school. Because the issue with Nevada is not necessarily the school, because there's a lot of good schools, but the bad schools are fucking bad, and they bring down the scores of the good schools.
Yep.
Which makes the state bad. Because
and in a lot of the bad schools,
bad.
Also a thing that you have, and I learned this from when I was helping out with the teaching when my kids were in elementary school. A lot of what you have is you have a lot of teachers that when they get certain grants, they have to do their first 2 or 3 years in a bad school, what they consider a lower performing school. So you also have a lot of teachers in these lower performing schools that are only here because of their grant, and then they're going to leave. All right. Anything else? So yeah, if you guys come down here, come visit, let us know, hit us up. We'll take you to all the cool shit. We'll stay off the strip. Yeah, go bars. We'll have a blast. Yeah, but it is getting expensive, so be prepared for that. If you live in a Midwest town, it's expensive as fuck over here. All right, Jeremy. Whenever you're ready, you can take us out.
Put me in, coach.